Salt Lake Community College and Summer Bear Life Balance Education are pleased to present the Mockingjay Players in Part 2 of John W. Campbell's Who Goes There?
Blair, wake up, it's gone. Get up and get a move on it, Blair. Your damned animal has escaped.
Escaped? What?
What the hell's the matter?
Blair's damned beast got loose. I fell asleep about 20 minutes ago, and when I woke up, the thing was gone. Hey, Doc, the hell you say those things can't come to life? Blair's blasted potential life developed a hell of a lot of potential and walked out on us.
It wasn't earthly. I guess Earth laws don't apply.
Okay. Let's just calm down, everybody. Connie, what's going on?
It's gone. I mean, it went.
You went to sleep?
Yeah?
You were supposed to watch it.
No. I was supposed to be here, but there was no way I was watching it. I mean, like, that ice got clear like glass. I kept thinking it was alive in there.
Just calm down.
I went to sleep, but there were dreams. I couldn't get away. Like, it was inside me, but sort of different. Sort of, I can't explain. I mean, I was trying to wake up, and then I did, and it wasn't there. The ice was melted, broken, and...
We have to find it.
Not me, pal. You find it. I've had all I want of it.
Can't a man sleep and all this?
Sorry, Blair's pet went AWOL.
The last I saw, that split skull was oozing green goo like a squashed caterpillar. The doc there just said our laws don't work. It's unearthly. Well, it's an unearthly monster. With an unearthly disposition, judging by the face wandering around with a split skull and brains oozing out.
Has anybody seen it coming over here? About 4 feet tall, 3 red eyes, brains oozing.
I didn't carry it off in my arms, I assure you.
Hey, has anybody checked to make sure this isn't a cracked idea of humor? If it is, I think we'll all unite in tying Sarah's pet around Sam's neck like an ancient mariner's albatross.
It's no humor. God, I wish it were. I'd rather it were.
Don't you see we have to find it? It could be confused, lost.
It could be a lot of things, Blair, but what it shouldn't be is alive, yes?
Okay, I was wrong. Insufficient data, but this is... Think of what it must know, how much it could tell us. Look, this makes everything else like nothing. We have to go and find it.
The dogs are going nuts.
They could tear it to pieces.
I don't care about your creature. What about my dogs?
I don't know. No, it mustn't be harmed. No matter what happens, we have to preserve it.
But I think it's been located. My God, are you seeing this? No.
Whatever you do, don't.
Gary, you have to stop it.
Don't shoot. We have to communicate. It's a telepathic.
Dead, I hope. Connors, get those dogs back in.
Blowtorch coming through.
Thanks, Mac.
Move it! I've got the fire extinguisher. I don't think it'll be telling us anything.
Could somebody help me with the dogs?
Yeah, I'm coming. First, is anybody hurt? Commander.
No, it's just a scratch.
Of course, they put the body of the thing on my table. A little coffee coming up. Anyone for coffee? What about you, Mr. Thing? Coffee for you?
Guess it really is dead.
Coffee?
Yes. I think we could all use some.
You sure it's dead now?
I put a few million volts through it after Mac had finished.
Sure is sort of. I mean, what's that about? I mean, look at it. Did it eat one of your dogs or what, Connie?
Don't ask me. It killed 3 of them, and the rest aren't going to be pulling any sleds for a while.
I'm sorry.
Do we know any more, Blair?
Well, I have a feeling that what we saw first.
That thing in the ice.
Yes. I'm not even sure that was its original form.
Come again?
Well, look. Look here, this dog leg.
It must have ripped it off.
I don't recall.
No, you're right, Doctor, you don't.
Would somebody tell me what the hell you're at?
Sorry, Kinner. What I'm saying is that the creature did tear a bite out of one of the dogs and ingested it, and that must be how. Analyzed it and started growing a dog leg.
That's nuts, isn't it?
It looks like a dog leg. It even feels like one. The fur seems real. Touch it and see.
No way. You're saying that thing in the ice became the dog.
But it isn't. It is something else.
But what?
I think we're talking about an organism that could imitate other life forms perfectly. It could have gone on and become one dog. It could have become as many dogs as it wanted to, and without losing any of its original mass.
It's wild.
Never heard of anything like this.
This isn't wildly beyond what we already know. It's just a modification we haven't seen before. It's as natural, as logical as any other manifestation of life. That, for instance, isn't a dog leg, it's imitation.
So, what are you saying, Blair?
Well, some parts I'm certain about. The nucleus was hiding itself, covering up the dog cell imitation nucleus. In time, not even a microscope would have shown the difference.
Suppose it had lots of time.
Then it would have been a dog. The other dogs would have accepted it. We would have accepted it. I don't think anyone or anything could have distinguished it, not microscope, nor X-ray, nor any other means. This is a member of a supremely intelligent race. A race that has learned the deepest secrets of biology and turned them to its use.
What was it planning to do?
Take over the world, I imagine?
Take over the world. Just it, all by itself? Set itself up as a lone dictator?
No, it would become the population of the world.
Become the population of the world. Does it produce asexually?
It doesn't have to. It weighed 85 pounds. Robbie weighed about 90. It would have become Robbie and had 85 pounds left to become, Jack, for instance, or Chinook. It can imitate anything, that is, become anything. If it had reached the Antarctic Sea, it would have become a seal, maybe 2 seals. They might have attacked a killer whale and become either killers or a herd of seals, or maybe it would have caught an albatross or a gull and flown to South America.
And every time, it digested something and imitated it.
It would have had its original bulk left to start again. Nothing would kill it. It has no natural enemies because it becomes whatever it wants to. If a killer whale attacked, it would become a killer whale. If it was an albatross and an eagle attacked it, it would become an eagle. Lord, it might become a female eagle. Go back, build a nest, and lay eggs.
Are you sure that thing from hell is dead?
Yes, thank heaven. After they drove the dogs off, I stood there poking Bar's electrocution thing into it for 5 minutes. It's dead and cooked.
And we can only give thanks that this is Antarctica, where there is not one single solitary living cell for it to imitate. Except those animals in this camp.
Except us. It can imitate us. Dogs can't make 400 miles to the sea. There's no food. There aren't any gulls to imitate it this season. There aren't any penguins this far inland. There's nothing that they can reach the sea from this point except us. We've got the brains. We can do it. Don't you see? It's got to imitate us. It's got to be one of us. That's the only way it can fly an airplane. Fly a plane for 2 hours and rule all of Earth's inhabitants. You can't let people leave. Don't you understand? That thing didn't want to become a dog.
Blair, you've already got everybody half hysterical around here.
You can't let anybody leave.
Blair, let me give you a sedative.
A world for the taking. If it imitates us, I didn't know yet. I hadn't a chance to learn. It was rushed, hurried, looking for the nearest thing its own size. Look, I'm Pandora, I opened the box. And the only hope that come out of it is that nothing can come out. You didn't see me, I didn't it. I fixed it, I smashed every magneto, not a plane can fly. Nothing can fly.
She might come out of it when she wakes up. It all depends on whether we can convince Blair that thing is dead.
I didn't think a biologist would do breakup so thoroughly. She missed the spares in the second cache. That's alright, I smashed them.
I was wondering about the radio.
You don't think it can leak out on a radio, do you? You'd have 5 rescue attempts in the next 3 months if you stopped the broadcast. The thing to do is talk loud and not make a sound. Now, I wonder...
It could be like an infectious disease. Everything that drank any of its blood.
Blair missed something. Imitate it may, but it has to a certain extent its own body chemistry, its own metabolism. If it didn't, it would become a dog, be a dog and nothing more. Since it comes from another world, it must be so wholly, radically different from humans. A few cells, such as those gained by drops of blood, would be treated as disease by the dog or human body.
Blood? Would one of those imitations bleed?
Nothing mystic about blood. Muscle is about 90% water. Blood differs only in having a couple of percent more water and less connective tissue. They'd bleed all right.
Connors? Where's Connors?
Here I am. What do you want?
Are you?
Huh? Am I what?
Are you there? Are you Connors? The beast wanted to be a man, not a dog.
Hopeless, I'm afraid. I don't think we can ever convince her the thing is dead now.
I'm not sure you can convince me. Oh, damn you, McReady.
Mac?
The nightmares. I had a theory about the nightmares we had at the secondary station after finding that thing.
And that was?
That the creature wasn't dead. Had a sort of enormously slowed existence. An existence that permitted it, nonetheless, to be vaguely aware of the passing of time, of our coming, after endless years. I had a dream it could imitate things.
Well, it can.
Don't be an ass. That's not what's bothering me. In the dream, it could read minds, read thoughts and ideas and mannerisms.
What's so bad about that? It seems to be worrying you more than the thought of the joy we're gonna have with a madman in an Antarctic camp.
You know that Connors is Connors because she not only looks like Connors, which we're beginning to believe that the beast might be able to do, but she thinks like Sam, talks like Sam, moves herself around as Sam does. That takes more than merely a body that looks like her. That takes Connor's own mind and thoughts and mannerisms. Therefore, though you know that the thing might make itself look like Sam, you aren't much bothered because you know it has a mind from another world. A totally inhuman mind that couldn't possibly react and think and talk like the woman we know and do it so well as to fool us for a moment. The idea of the creature imitating one of us is fascinating, but unreal because it is too completely inhuman to deceive us. It doesn't have a human mind.
As I said before, you say the damnedest things at the damnedest times. Will you be so good as to finish that thought one way or the other?
It would do no good to merely look like something it was trying to imitate. It'd have to understand its feelings, its reactions. It is unhuman. The thing has powers of imitation beyond any we as humans conceptualize. A good actor or actress can train themselves to imitate another person's mannerisms, most times well enough to fool most people. Of course, no actor could imitate so perfectly as to be able to deceive people who had been living with the imitated one, especially in an environment like this, in the complete lack of privacy of an Antarctic camp. That would take superhuman skill.
Oh, you've got the bug too?
Oh man, will you two, Jeremiah, shut up? What am I, some kind of microscopic specimen you're dissecting? Some unpleasant worm you're discussing in the third person?
Having a lovely time. Wish you were here. Signed, everybody. Samantha, if you think you're having a hell of a time, just move over on the other end for a while. You've got one thing we haven't.
And what is that?
You know what the answer is. I'll tell you this, right now you're the most feared and respected woman here.
I wish you could see your eyes. Stop staring, will you? What the hell are you going to do?
Have you any suggestions, Dr. Cooper? The present situation is impossible.
Oh, is it? Come over here and look at that crowd. By heaven, they look exactly like that gang of huskies around the corridor bend. Benning, will you stop hefting that damned ice axe?
Microscopic examination would be useless, as Blair pointed out. Considerable time has passed. However, serum tests, they'd be definitive.
Serum tests, what do you mean?
Well, if I had a rabbit that had been injected with human blood, I could do a serum test. There's a procedure that, when done correctly, produces unquestionable results. Human blood is poison to rabbits, of course, as is the blood of any animal, save that of another rabbit. Those injections continued in increasing doses over a period of time. Well, they'd render the rabbit human immune. If a small quantity of its blood were drawn off, allowed to separate in a test tube, a bit of human blood was added, there'd be a visible reaction, proving the blood was human. If cow or dog blood were added, or any protein material other than the one thing, human blood, no reaction would take place. The test would be definitive, the results unquestionable.
Can you suggest where I might catch a rabbit for you, Doc? That is, nearer than Australia? We don't want to waste time going that far.
I know there aren't any rabbits in Antarctica, but that is simply the usual animal. Any animal that man will do, a dog for instance. But it will take several days to do the test due to the greater size of the animal and considerable amounts of human blood. The two of us will have to contribute.
What'd I do?
That'll make two. I'll get to work on it right away.
What about Sam in the meantime? I'm going out that door and head off for the Ross Sea before I cook for her.
She may be human.
May be human. You damned sawbones, what in hell do you think I am?
A monster. Now shut up and listen. Until we know you as well as you do, if we have reason to question the fact that you are human, you are the only one that knows the true answer to that question. Therefore, we may be reasonably expected to lock you up. If you are unhuman, you are a lot more dangerous than poor Blair there. To be safe, I'm gonna make sure she's securely locked up also. I expect that her next stage will be of a violent desire to kill you, the dogs, and all of us. When she wakes up, you'll be convinced we are all unhuman, and nothing on this planet will ever change her conviction. It would be kinder to let her die, but we can't do that, of course. It goes against our nature. It would be a corruption of our moral values. Blair is going in the shack, and you can stay locked up in your room. I would venture to guess, were you in my place, you'd make the same decision. I gotta go. There's a couple of dogs that need prepping.
I'm human. Hurry up with the test. Your eyes, I wish you could see your eyes staring.
Thank you for listening to part 2 of John W. Campbell's Who Goes There? Something to think about. Albert Einstein said, anyone can cross millions of miles of space will be able to take care of themselves when they get there. Don't start something you can't finish. Be sure to listen to the Mockingjay Players in part 3 of Who Goes There?